As I was walking down yon hill, all on a summer's evening, there I spied a bonny lass, skippin barfit through the heather. Good morning, hi, welcome to another studio vlog here from the attic in the middle of Scotland. It is Thursday already in the studio. It's taken me till now to even think to switch the camera on to film for you because I've been using my cameras to film tutorial content for the Mandalas with Meaning workshop, which is finally underway, and I really feel like I've gotten the first part of it out of the way, and I'm really barreling into parts 2 and 3 here of module 1. And yeah, it's taken a long time to have some really free time in the week to properly concentrate on this content, so I've been enjoying that. It's making me think a lot. I had written up some of this content and I'm actually changing it. It felt a wee bit like there was not enough of me in it, and I'm trying to make these workshops last, so that I make them now and I'll still be happy with them in a year's time. So I really want to go deep into what this work means for me. So that's why it's taken longer than I had scheduled. But also there has just been lots of other stuff going on. But finally this week I've had a free week and I've scheduled the next 3 weeks to be pretty clear so that I can concentrate and get this down. But as usual, it's taking longer because new things are arising all the time. I'm rewriting and rethinking and actually refilming some of the content. So yeah, that's an interesting experience. I'm not sure what parts of that will be interesting to you because you'll obviously see the end result of it. But anyway, lots of work going on outside, lots of drilling and cutting up roads and things. We probably won't catch that on this wee microphone, but yeah, it's annoying me in the background. But there we go, the sun's out today. We had a really dire wet day yesterday, and it's been really wet here the last few days. So the temperature has dipped as well, so we've been used to, a kind of ambient temperature of about 20 Celsius in the daytime, going down to about 15, but it's only about 15 or 16, and that extra 4 or 5 degrees really makes a difference. So I'm feeling that change, really beginning to emphasize this slide into the descent out from that solar peak of the summer at summer solstice, and then through July, now we've passed through Lugnasa, it really feels like we're just sliding down. The nights are longer here now, the days are shorter, and really feeling it. So it might seem like a wee bit of an exaggeration given that it's the middle of August only, But, you know, it's back to school time here for the kids, and this change in the light, it really affects me really deeply and starkly. And of course, we have the full moon at the moment, which is, you know, exacerbating all of these feelings I feel. So, yeah, I'm not sure what else to share with you. At the weekend, oh, I took the day off on Friday to paint, which was marvellous because I really want to be doing that for 3 days a week, and I'm not even getting 1 day a week in. So it was great to give myself a chance to do that. And then we spent Saturday up at peat bog. It's Langlands Moss, which is just on the edge of a new town here in Scotland, and it's one of these hideous new towns where it's just houses upon houses and buildings upon buildings and roundabouts and roundabouts, and you know, it's one of these sprawling new towns, but on the edge of this is this nature reserve, and it's amazing. It's a peat bog, a raised peat bog, so it's formed over 10,000 years since the last ice age, and it was really great to be there and just to spend the day. We actually had warm sunshine that day, and yeah, so you've already seen some footage of that. And then I was working with some epoxy resin on the little touchstones that I've been making. I'm going to turn some of these into brooches. So some of you might receive the ordinary touchstones and some of you might receive the little brooches, just depending on what's ready at what time. I'm splitting up sending them. I sent a batch yesterday and it absolutely cost such a lot of money to send in the post. I need to make sure that I package the other ones so that they're nice and flat, and it costs me less in postage. But there we go, that's what I've been working on and just getting on with the content here. Discovered at the weekend that the OA, the show that I mentioned in one of the previous videos, has been cancelled by Netflix. What a travesty. Proper creativity, proper, you know, real art form coming through there. Really profound subject matters as well, and they've cancelled it, so that was quite sad. I've been amusing myself in the evenings watching another show on Amazon with Martin called The Magicians. It's really like high school-ish, but it's good fun. But all that is just retreating into Fantasyland. You know, there's nothing. Yeah, well, you know, there's a little bit, but there's not much innovation going on there. They're quite progressive in terms of equality representation in certain places. So, you know, anyway, been watching that. Also been listening to lots of stuff here in the studio. Oh, it's not here. Anyway, the Lost Spells songbook, the Lost Word Spells songbook. Is that what it's called? Anyway, I bought this book a couple of years ago. Rob McFarlane and Jackie Morris created it to really lament the loss of some of our most precious nature words from the dictionary, from the children's dictionary. That's how it was inspired. And anyway, this project turned into such a big thing that they ended up getting together lots of musicians and creating music during a residency, a 4-day residency, to create the music and another 4 days to record it. It was absolutely amazing. And I've been listening to it and been streaming it on Spotify. In fact, I've included some of the songs in some of the recent playlists, but I ordered the book with the CD. Don't even have a CD drive. I had to get Martin to rip it onto his laptop and fire it over the cloud so that I could download it. But anyway, I have been streamlining it. Streamlining it? No, streaming it on Spotify. That book, I sat down and I read the whole book, and it was really a wonder of creation and collaboration and inspiration, aided and abetted by the fact that not only do I love the subject matter and the feeling, the soul and the heart of this project, but also most of the artists are my very favourite artists. So we've got Corinne Polwart, Rachel Newton, Julie Fowlis, Chris Drever. These are people who I love and listen to all the time in the studio. So they were part of this project, and some other people there as well. a great musician from Senegal. Turns out he's the 71st generation in his family to play this ancestral native instrument. Wow. Anyway, blown away by that, blown away by the project as a whole, and really, yeah, letting that all settle down in me because it speaks to me greatly. And I'm not sure why or what. Well, I know why, but I'm not sure what that means. I guess it's a case of percolating that down. So that's a recommendation to share with you. I'll leave a link to let you know what I'm talking about. I missed these guys on tour, so I'm not sure if they'll be touring it again, but that would have been great to see. Bought tickets for Cape Tempest this week. My son and me are going to go along. We're going to make a date of it, catch some dinner, and then head to see that show. So we're really looking forward to that, but it's not until November. And yeah, just, getting on with getting on. Yeah, I'm not sure I've got much else to share with you. What I'm doing today is I'm doing some paintings that I will be using in a video, and I'll be recording a voiceover for those. So I decided to just get on with the painting and allow myself to really get into the painting and do a voiceover on top of that, rather than trying to speak and cover some topics at the same time as painting, which is always hard and I'm sure is not that enjoyable to watch. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. And if that goes well, then I may be able to write that voiceover. Most of it's written, in fact, but there's some stuff. I've actually been waiting on the experience of making the paintings and allowing them to speak to me a wee bit, so that I can flesh out that voiceover a little bit there. And then I have to finish up early, so I'm not sure I'm going to get all of this done today. We have to finish up a wee bit early because it's our niece's 18th birthday and the family's meeting up for an early dinner for that. So we have to go and actually we decided to buy her a plant for her 18th. Well, we had a tree planted for her in the Caledonian forest, and yeah, but we're also buying her a plant. I felt a tree was not quite suitable for her to plant in her own garden, but we'll get her a tree. I've got real breakouts on my face just now, so I've got some makeup on for the filming. But isn't that typical when you're filming? That's what always happens. So that's what's going on in my world. Just thought I'd check in. This will probably, hopefully, be a shorter vlog for you. It takes me so long to edit them, and of course, half an hour out your day is a long time. So hoping this one is a little bit shorter, but that you enjoy some of what you see. Much love to you. Enjoy your world. Good morning. It is Monday here in the studio and I am editing this vlog for you, and I realise that there's not much to it. I've got lots of great footage for some of the visits that we had out in nature, but there's not much interactive studio work there. I have been absolutely concentrating on mandalas with meaning. It is taking forever still, but I really feel that I'm getting to the essence of what I want to say, so that's working well. In fact, yesterday we were all set to go for a day's filming to a special place nearby. I'll keep that under wraps for now, but we didn't go. It was forecast to be really hot and sunny, and traipsing about in the middle of a field was not really what we wanted to do. So we went to the local park, the local country park, and read our books. And I was reading a book, doing some research for Mandalas with Meaning, really to help clarify where I'm going with this work. So that was useful. I've come to understand even more clearly the links between where I started out filming back in June and where I am now. I mean, it just seems amazing to me that it's taking so long, and it's probably going to seem completely unreasonable for everybody who's waiting on this programme to arrive. I thought this would be available in June, then I thought July, then I thought August, and here we are, you know, in the last week of August, and I'm going to struggle to get this finished before September. But I'm okay with it because I'm really clarifying not only my own work, but what I want to share with the world as part of this process. So that's been using up most of my attention. Otherwise, I've been working to get all the Patreon parcels out for the June and July supporters. And that includes these little badges that I made from some of the touchstones. And I really love them. You'll have seen already some of that footage, but I really love them. They've got some brooch backs on them. They're really handmade. They're not at all professional. I mean, you couldn't sell these for money, honestly, but I really love them. I've been wearing one of these on my apron already, so still working on those Patreon parcels. I still need some addresses, so I'm going to be chasing those of you who still haven't updated your address. There is some kind of issue with Patreon, and if you didn't enter your address when you signed up, then even if you put it in now, there's something that needs to happen to link it to the patronage with me. But that's okay. What I'll do is I'll just ask you, if that isn't the case and it isn't linked to me, I'll ask you just to send me your address, and I will prepare the final batch of these parcels for release this week. Waiting on the arrival of the August art print. It was on just ordinary delivery, so it should be here hopefully by the end of the week. I actually have a short working week this week because I have appointments on Tuesday and Wednesday. I also have a funeral on Wednesday, and it's my a really close friend who is over from Canada. So we're talking college days. She's over, so I'll be spending some time with her before she goes home. So yeah, I'm on a short working week and I'm panicking a wee bit about it. However, you know, I'll just need to get done what I can get done. But I wanted to welcome our new patrons. We gained a lot of new patrons in August. We did lose some as well, which is always intriguing to me, you know, why people would join and then go away. And it's interesting. I want you to know as a patron here that I want us to have a relationship. I'm a real person, you're a real person. Let's communicate. And, you know, if you're feeling like you want to switch up your patronage, then just let me know. That's okay to do. I'm completely completely open to that. That's the point of this model, but it's really also useful for me to hear from you. What do you want more of? What do you want less of? What were you expecting that you haven't received, that you feel that I have promised and maybe not delivered on? I'm a real person, so I just want to remind you of that. So please do communicate with me. I also have a plan to switch up items in the t-shirt shop, in the organic t-shirt shop for September. So it is the last week to order the current designs on the current products, and we'll be probably moving to more autumnal feel of things in that shop next week. So this is the last week for that. We've enjoyed seeing orders come in for that shop. It really yeah, it means quite a lot that people would wear these designs on their bodies. So I had fun last weekend with Martin. We went up to the countryside, the other countryside park, no, the same countryside park that we were at this weekend. And we took photos up at the ancient oak grove there. And I was getting him to model the t-shirts. Of course, he was a great model. I was wearing one of them, and I don't know, we were trying to argue over whether he was the poor photographer or whether I was the poor model. But we had great fun doing that content. Of course, it does mean that I invest in the products as well. I buy them. I don't get them for free. I have to buy these samples to do photo shoots. So I'm probably going to have to buy more to update the shop with personal photography as well. But it's an interesting project. It's very much a side project for this business, but it's something that means that it's not all me focusing on delivering teaching content or tutorial content, because as you know, that's not the focus of my business moving ahead, although I know I need to fund the artist projects that I have in mind. So we have Patreon, and thank you so much, because you're keeping my business afloat just now, and I really do appreciate every single one of you for any pledges that you've made. It is actually making me able to deliver this work. And the tutorial content obviously is something that is another important aspect of being able to fund the actual artist projects that I want to be developing over the next couple of years. I'm going to be 50 next year, and it really feels like a major juncture for me. And I have some plans that I want to have in place by then, and having really good tutorial content that is evergreen. So I'm not having to run a program every year, but I can produce content and release that to new customers without having to produce a whole heap more of new content. That is something that I guess is the reason why this product, the Mandalas with Meaning, is taking so long. I have some other plans for that type of content, but I'm just really eager to be producing art. And yeah, we have to, as artists, I think, really look to diversify our income so that we can support the times when things are not going so well, or when we don't have an offering out there in the world. So that's what I'm working on. What have I got to say in terms of inspiration or input? Not much. I have just found out that the Lost Word spell songs that I mentioned in the previous segment, they are releasing concert dates, releasing tickets for concert dates next year, and we have one in Glasgow, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to go along with Megan, one of our new patrons here in our platform, our patron family. So that is really exciting. I don't think I'm really doing much else new. I'm doing a lot of the research that I need to do to pull together this program. So I'm not going to talk about that just yet, although I will obviously include any sources that I use in the actual program content. So again, I will make that available to you here on Patreon before it becomes available to the public. I was hoping to get the second module out last week. Didn't quite make it on time. I'm not sure that's going to happen this week with these interruptions, but certainly it's going to be the first week of September. And yeah, looking forward to setting up our next live event as well. So I'm going to have a think about that and come up with some dates, and I'll get those dates to you for your diary. I just need to check out some other events that are in the wings here for personal stuff. So just need to do a little bit of work on that. I've got some great ideas for us to come together and work collectively, individually, or work individually in a collective manner over the course of a whole weekend, similar to the Mandala Magic Autumn Equinox weekend art retreats that I used to run with the Mandala Magic programs. So yeah, just coming up with some ideas for that. So I'll need to be working on that soon as well, but I will let you know as soon as I can confirm dates for that. We're possibly looking at the Equinox event, but possibly not, so it might be a wee bit after that, but I'll let you know. So that's all I have to say. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. It feels to me a little bit disconnected because I haven't been filming regularly over the course of the days as I've been going along, but I hope you get a taste and a flavour for, you know, what I'm absorbing, and are beginning to feel some culmination, some completion on some of these other projects, that they'll be coming soon to you first. So sending my love to you as always, wishing you a wonderful weekend ahead. Do be in touch with me if you have any questions at all about this platform, about my content, about your own life. I'd love to hear from you. You can use the message function here on Patreon, or send me an email, as always, to hello@juliegibbons.com. Love you. Enjoy the rest of your week ahead. Bye.